there was something not real about you. You've died before. This is another year.
Okuri.
Yeah, like, you know. Oh, no wonder you're Babatunde.
No,
oh,
no.
Olatunde.
I'm not Olatunde.
He's not Babatunde anymore.
I've all right, to everyone out there, if today is your birthday,
Yes.
or probably in the course of this week as well, to celebrate with you, we say we wish you the very best,
Yes.
and may it not be your last, and just keep on keeping on.
Amen.
We love to have you on our screen one of these days.
Yeah,
so
right.
all you need to do is just let us know as soon as possible, and definitely you will be on the faces of so many viewers on this screen.
Yes.
And also, yeah, we took you back in memory lane, and looking at what happened on the 11th of September 2001, what that meant to us at this point in time.
Yeah.
And also,
And that story you gave me was quite catchy.
yeah,
You know?
September. It cannot. I'm not sure it can ever leave my memory at any point in time while I'm still alive.
Yeah, right.
The September 11, Twin Towers in New York. It was, but here, to God be the glory.
Yes, here we are.
Right now, our first guest is well seated, and I don't want to tool his ashiri. I don't want to reveal his secret, what he just said to us while we're up here. But it's a pleasure to have an amazing, fine, handsome gentleman. I don't know, Ajibike, aside me, if I hear you say "when,"
No, I'm good. I mean, there's lots of you to go around. I have
for you alone.
As in so much of you to go around, you know.
It's
So,
a
yeah,
pleasure to have
Ojerinde Ayodele Daniel, and he is a humanitarian worker, a teacher, and a researcher.
Yes.
Good
thank
morning,
you.
Mr. Ojerinde.
Good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. You guys are very funny. I'll say.
We are funny, right?
You guys are very funny.
And you've been really comfortable.
Yeah, I've been enjoying you guys.
Thank you.
I like that. It's so good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Ayodele Daniel Ojerinde.
Yes.
He is the director of the CALPS Children Wellbeing Foundation.
Yes.
An organization committed to transforming the lives of children in Nigeria. Okay. We'll be talking about childcare rights, and quite a whole lot.
Yes.
And I wonder, because most of the time they tend to say it's a woman's thing that does more of the child
Tending to children.
Yeah.
Yes.
But looking at him,
It's
he's
changing the
one.
narrative.
Yeah. So I'm really, really, really amazed, and that's a beautiful one. And we'll be talking about child empowerment in the 21st century, societal role in providing care and advocacy for the less privileged.
Yes.
Let's just begin. How long have you been in this, and what actually prompted you
Into
child care?
yes.
That's a very good question. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Daniel, and it's nice to be here. Well, going back to the story of how we started with CALPS, actually, I'm going to go into the meaning of the name itself.
Please do.
But you know, childcare is something, like you said, we all grew up to know our parents care for us, our mother particularly when our father is out there looking for what to eat. Our mothers are there thinking of how we, you know, the clothes we wear, the food we eat, and all of that.
Yeah.
But like in the 21st century, the narrative has actually changed. Like it's not just the role of a mother
Anymore.
to take care of the kids anymore, children. It's now it takes the role of everybody, a society, it takes a village to actually raise a child. And for that reason, we all have to come together as people and as a nation that wants to move forward and has a future for the children in the country to actually do something together. And the meaning of CALPS, CALPS, is actually coined out of our aims and objective to tell people that we care, assist, love, protect, and support.
Whoa.
So
Say that again.
care, assist, love, protect, and support.
Yeah.
So, and that's not just it. We
support.
want to care, we want to assist, we want to love, we want to protect, we want to support children well-being. So all together, come together is what we call CALPS for Children Wellbeing Foundation.
Wow.
And going back to how we started, actually, I remember when I finished my bachelor's at Ekiti State University. I'm an indigenous of Osun State. Yeah. So, but I was posted to Kebbi State, which I didn't quite like. It was really a far place to be. And unfortunately, I would say, at the beginning, I was sent to a village called Tili in Tili under a local government called Bunza.
Okay.
I would never forget that, actually, because from that on, everything about me changed.
The journey began.
Yes, actually. I've always been passionate about humanitarian work, but I've never ever thought in my life that I would have an NGO for myself. I mean, it's not something I do to want to say, oh, I own an NGO. In fact, so many people don't know I own the NGO, or like I'm one of the founder of the NGO. So it's something that it's pretty amazing to me as well. So way back to Kebbi State, I was posted to Tili, and it's a village of about around 800, like around maybe 800,000 people or something like that.
Wow.
It's a little big, right? But I just observed one day I woke up out of it's a dry place. Like the journey from the main local government to where our PPA was like around 1 hour, 30-minute drive.
Oh yeah.
So it's actually I think those places are actually not, I don't know, maybe people still have been there anymore. But I noticed that there were children having this particular shape, which I've never seen before. So back there, I mean, I come from Ibadan city, and it's not like Ibadan. So like I've seen children growing up, but I have never seen children having some form of deformity as a child. Like just as little as they are, they have a stomach of a big man, like a stomach of like 30, 40 years old. And it struck me at first, like, and usually, you know, in the North, they walk mostly naked when they are children. So you can actually see their body system and everything. I was so touched, then I started asking questions, and luckily, you know, I went to the village, I started looking around, and virtually all the kids that I was seeing that time, they were having that same shape. Like it's a old skinny head to a big stomach and a very tiny legs. And I'm like, what is going on here, right? So, and that struck something in me. Coming back to my PPA, I couldn't sleep. We were only just 3 of us in that PPA. And I was talking to them, we need to do something about this and all of that. And we always crack joke and all of that. Then I started thinking, what should I do? There's a lot of constraint before me. I can't take it up to do, because obviously it's going to drain me to travel down, to do anything. So what I could do was I just had to go to the village head, the Serikin Tili, a very good man actually.
Okay.
And I went to him, I'm like, I started asking him questions, and when he saw me, he was so happy. He was like, you're more like an answer prayer to my community, because he's also an health worker.
Oh yeah.
But now he's a Seriki. He has community things to do. And he was telling me, Daniel, it's all about the food that they eat. And I used to tell them that you need to you need to give children varieties of food, but they feed on millet morning, day and night. So and that's why
the nutrition has to change.
Yes. So I'm like, oh, then what can we do? It's like he's tried his best to create an awareness to the ignorance of the people. Is just too much, and it's claiming the life of the kids. And you know, to shock you, actually, we did our little research, and we found out that almost every house, like every family, has lost 1 or 2 child to marasmus and kwashiorkor.
Whoa.
And for the whole period of my PPA, of my service here, actually, that was everything I was about. And I'm always like in the PPA, in the classroom, and in the health center. And you need to see the kids that are actually that are being brought to the health center for care. They are almost lifeless, like completely skinny. So ever since then, and there's a whole lot of issues in the North. And with that, I came back, and ever since I don't want to say it, the memory, just like you said,
lingers.
Yes, lingers. And that was what prompted CALPS for Children Wellbeing Foundation.
Whoa.
That's because I looking at what you stated there. It actually brought me to a point where I remember I was going to Sokoto and getting to Kebbi. Just wanted to get a couple of things to eat, and I saw all those kids, Almanjiris.
Yes.
They were numerous. They were just there. It's so touching. But looking at what it looks like in the world today, child care.
Yes.
Even if you have one,
it takes a whole lot.
It takes a whole
to
lot,
actually care.
honestly. And being an NGO, how sustaining has this been? How well have you been doing this? Do you have a tree planted with money behind you there?
I wish we do.
That is one. And how long has CALPS been for as well?
Well, actually, we've been in assistance for like 3 years, and actually, people don't believe what we've done within the space of 3 years.
Okay.
It's so incredible, and we say thanks to God for that, because it's been an amazing journey. So and talking about the question you asked, that childcare and all of that. The thing is, when you want to approach issues like this, you don't come from the macro level. You try to take it piece by piece. So you try to like, the fact here about the place I just started with was not the government, was not the people that wanted to do, was the people themselves. They were not receptive to be informed. So like, for example, they won't show up to the health center when they are pregnant or something until they start having complications. And once they give birth to those children, imagine like there's a lot of children in that place, like you say, you see a lot of them. So there's less of parental care.
What about sensitization?
Exactly. That's where I'm actually going. So for us, we knew that we are dealing with a whole lot of issue, and we can't just solve it a day. We obviously we don't have that superpower to do it. So what we started with as a foundation is to be very strong on our awareness level, the sensitization you talked about. And just for them there, it's all about nutrition. And this is also part of the well-being that we're talking about. So because the whole well-being thing is a big thing.
Yes,
and we need to like deal with it from the scratch. Teachers need to be the children themselves. That's the empowerment part. Giving them the opportunity to be part of their life, giving them a kind of awareness that you need to be involved about your life. So we do these things, and awareness has been our major strong strength right now. And we've been to many places, rural area most especially, to talk to them about what they need to know about being, having that well-being that they deserve as a child.
Wow.
So what about sustainability? How have you been able to sustain these children when you get to meet with them, speak with them, and all that?
Yes, on the part of sustainability is something that has to keep going. We do hope that we will always have that means to provide our voice and also provide services to them.
And so far?
Yes, and so far we've been doing pretty well, I would tell. Currently we are in Abia State, we are in Osun State right here. We have a member here, Ellen by name. She's been doing pretty good since she joined. We have in Lagos State, actually, we have like a team. So basically we have we have our teams in more than 5 states. And actually we are also launching recently. We've also launched one of our branch in Ivory Coast, actually.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we are actually expanding. And just the sustainability thing, the way we've been doing it is, it's not just like I work with the traditional leader over there to help the community. Our people work with the community to approach the problem that we identify.
Okay.
Because every community has their own unique problem. So the problem from that I'm talking about in Kebbi, it's not the same as
what
that we have
here.
Yes. For us down here, it's child abuse, it's molestation, it's child trauma. It's some of the things that we don't even take note, like some minor issues, like parents leaving their kids at home with their neighbor, but not knowing that something is going on between the kid and neighbor. And when the kids is saying, "Oh, mommy, this is happening to me,"
You're not listening.
The parent is not listening, and the child is actually traumatized. It's depressed. It's going through stuff, and sometimes it's all about their education. They are not doing well at school, and nobody's asking. We see ourselves say, "How are you doing? How far?" But nobody's asking children, "How are you doing? How far? Are you okay? Have you eaten?" And all of that. So there's all of that is going on, and to make that sustainable, we have also been working with our partners. We have people who have been like community, the teachers, the schools themselves. Yeah. Actually, we work with various, like so much of schools, and it's been going really, really, really fine, I would say. Yeah.
Wow. But Dan, let's look at the 21st century in which we are, and empowering the child empowerment in the 21st century. Look, an NGO, they said, how do they say this in Yoruba? It's a cow that doesn't have a tail.
Yeah.
It is God that helps. It's God that helps them to drive away the fly.
Yeah.
How have you guys been able to? You've just mentioned about 5 states and even outside the shores of the great country called Nigeria today. Empowerment. It's not bread and butter.
Yes.
It's huge, it's large.
Yes.
It calls for a whole lot.
Yes.
Time, dedication,
Yes.
and looking at what
Resources.
mean,
Exactly.
resources, the energy. It's encompassing.
Yes.
How well have you guys been able to do this? And the other places in which CALPS is, how are we doing out there?
Well, I would say like we are still on the scratch phase, even though we have so many successes to talk about.
Okay.
I still believe we are still we would still build up on what we have. But it's all about the people. The willingness of the people matters. So like when you have the people that are willing, they can actually they can do extra mile.
It's about willingness.
It's about willingness. So it's about we are ready to. You remember the story in the Bible? I don't know. Yeah, like when they decided to, they had to like they wanted to build a tower.
Yeah, Tower of Babylon.
Yes, and they were almost successful at it.
Yeah.
So we can be successful at anything we do when we have a common will to do it. So, and that's one thing that CALPS has been blessed with, the people. Actually, we have volunteers spread all over in the country, and they are the one that built these little communities and all of that interventions. And we do also have Nigerians that are abroad that has been so much of help to the foundation. And talking about like the future and all of that, we are also open to work with other organizations. Currently, I'm trying to work in partnership with Crossroad Foundation. Actually, it's a foundation that is based in the US, in Hong Kong rather. And there's also a child activist that I used to work with in Hong Kong, and he's coming to Nigeria to like see how we can do this kind of thing. So we believe like with the will of the people, and as we progress and the passion and the purpose that we have, we would surely be able to give a solution to our communities.
In 3 years, sorry, Dolly.
Okay.
Yes.
In 3 years of the existence of CALPS,
Yeah.
how well has government have they been supportive in any way at any point?
Government.
State, federal, state?
Well, actually, we have not even bothered government on some of these things.
Okay.
Because for me personally, I think the government has enough to deal with.
On their plates already, huh?
Yes, yes. Sometimes when I come around, I want a good road. I want to be in a place that has light. I think those are some of the problems that government needs to face.
Right now.
We ourselves, we need to wake up to some of the things we can take care of. Like, we can't, just like I was watching some of your previous program, and the guy was talking about a boy that needed help, Emmanuel, something like that.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, for me, when I was listening to the program, I felt like it doesn't really need to get to the point of me calling the governor or reaching out to. Of course, it could be. But how about the people around us? The point of the point of who we are as human beings is surrounded in the areas of to care, to assist, to love one another. So if it's a burden of one person to take care of something, then let's think about it in the way that this child could be a problem to the society also in the future. So if we fail to cater for this child, if we fail to take care of what we're supposed to take care of, we will be spending money on things that we should have avoided in the previous years. So, knowing that, that we must wake up. So for now, actually, we are working on an intervention plan, which would also bring in the government. We will also need to work with agencies like maybe child agencies in the government and all of that to also add to the curriculum that we have in schools, because we have this plan for a whole child well-being, holistic child well-being. And this is, not getting them bored with the education that we have. Actually, our education, for some of us that have traveled or have seen places, is actually very boring. It's about learning to cram and all of that. But education is about them waking up to be able to do something. So it's not about, I know what is in this textbook, but I can actually transform what I've learned
into
something.
Yeah.
To something. So
do something.
Yes, and this is what we are working on. We will be coming to schools in Osun State, everywhere, with various opportunities for children, like competitions, to stimulate their awareness, to get them excited about education. And then the teacher as well. They will be so happy when they find their kids winning competitions within inter schools and all of that, and some other activities like maybe debate and things that would bring back the social values that we are losing as a country, things that will bring it back to our society.
I understand the dream of CALPS and what you're all about. But
yes.
What about the parents? What is that thing that you feel like they should be in the know of right now? I mean, now that you're here, this is a good way.
And the society as well.
And the society.
Parents and the society.
Exactly.
What should be their role?
Well, our message to parents is always, you have to, your children, your kids or whatever, it's an asset. It's just like when you have your money and put it in a bank. You trust the bank to keep your money safe. You must do all you can to keep your child safe as well. It all begins from home. But let's say we have kids that maybe they don't have parents or something like that. It's the role of a society to also look after the people that are close to them, to also look after them, to do something. I tell you, if we decide as a country to start doing something next to the person, someone next to us today, before you know it, there will be that spiral effect that would affect the whole country. And this is our message, this is our energy, this is our passion. And we believe that with God, we can do our best and give our society.
You can definitely count on us right here at Western Spring Television.
Yes.
Just keep the good works going. We'll definitely let the world see what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Honestly,
thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
I volunteer.
You will go.
Like volunteering
It's
as
free.
To travel with him.
Oh, okay.
To travel. That's the point. Once we have CALPS in the US or UK, please, I want to go and oversee the one there. Because the ones in Nigeria, they can beat you up. All right. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Mr. Daniel, yes.
Thank you very much.
Ojerinde.
Yes.
He's the director at CALPS. And once again, thanking you indeed for this massive. It is massive.
It is.
We know what it looks like. We've seen Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, seen so many foundations like that doing great. One day, someday, we will get there
and beyond.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, Spring Delights continues this beautiful day.
Yes.
And just as we have always said, whatever you do, if you're doing it legitimately and it is bringing the positivity out in you, it should be your pride. Let's stick to that.
Yes.
My walk.
My pride.
Stay with us.